This is Action Sports Jax First and 10 Training Camp. Sponsored by Ann Najjar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
Oh, there they go. The boys are on the ground. The Jacksonville Jaguars have arrived in Ohio. It's real, folks. Football season is here. Welcome to Game Day Eve. It's finally here. Does it count? No, but they are strapping up the pads, and the last time I checked, they'll be keeping score up there in Canton. To the rest of the world, it's just an additional preseason game. But for the Jacksonville Jaguars faithful, it's the first game of the Doug Pederson era. We're less than 24 hours away from kickoff. The Hall of Fame game against the Las Vegas Raiders won't feature some of the bigger names, such as Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne. That being said, as head coach Doug Pederson says, this is far from a throwaway game.
Yeah, these are just as important to us, as a staff. It's been a while since we've all done it. For me especially, I want to see all the guys in uniform that dress. It's still evaluation time, right? We're still evaluating our roster, and we got a lot of young guys and a lot of battles that we want to really start seeing in game situations.
In addition to the game, it's a big weekend for this guy. Number 71 in your playbooks, number 1 in your hearts. Former Jag Tony Boselli is just days away from his enshrinement to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Our fearless leader, Brent Martineau, has more on Big Bo's Big Day.
Business picked up on a Wednesday in Canton, Ohio, outside the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The Jacksonville Jaguars arrived for the game on Thursday, and of course, the game is part of the backdrop for this enshrinement week. But the star of the week for the Jacksonville Jaguars is not a player, at least not a current one. It's a former one, and it's Tony Boselli. The festivities for enshrinement really kicked up a notch on Wednesday. There are some new Jags fans in Canton, Ohio, at least for a week. The Hall of Fame Week festivities officially kicking off with the first play, a chain of kids handing off the football from downtown Canton to the steps of the hall. Tony Boselli is already here and participated in a youth event earlier in the week. The long wait is almost over for Boselli.
I'm honored to be the first representative from the Jaguars in the Hall of Fame. It's humbling to be a part of the group of players that are in the Hall of Fame. And I will do my best to represent the Jaguars and the city of Jacksonville every day.
Tony Boselli has a full itinerary this week in Canton. He will be introduced along with the rest of the class of 2022 during the game on Thursday night. Then on Friday, it's the gold jacket ceremony. And Saturday morning, a parade that leads right into induction, noontime instead of evening on Saturday here in Canton, Ohio. At the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I'm Brent Martineau, Action Sports Jax.
And the fun in Canton is just beginning. We've got a full half hour dedicated to our future Hall of Famer. It's time for Tony Friday night at 7:30. The entire gang will be on hand as we continue to celebrate in Canton ahead of Saturday's enshrinement ceremony. Well, look who we have here. Freddie T making the trip up north to Detroit to chop it up with someone he knows a little bit about. His former quarterback, Mark Brunell, is now the quarterback's coach for the Detroit Lions. Boy, did those two make a ton of memories together. Hey, we're just getting started on First and 10. Tony Boselli isn't the only local tie heading into football immortality. Duval, we've got another one. Leroy Butler is leaping into the Hall of Fame. More from the former general when we come back. The only man to win a Super Bowl and take home the Olympic gold medal. Jacksonville's own Bob Hayes is forever enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame for his accomplishments, arguably the best athlete to come out of Jacksonville, Florida. The track meet named in his honor is one of the largest indoor or outdoor track meets in the entire nation. For over 50 years, athletes took to the track at Raines High School, but the committee announced today that the iconic event will move to the University of North Florida beginning in 2023. The school has hosted many track meets in the past, and the Bob Hayes Invitational Track Committee is excited about their new partnership with the Ospreys.
We're flipping the field. We're putting the young people of this community in a better position. It was not an easy decision, but it was a decision that had to be made. Not that anything that Raines had done or the district had done. We represent a legacy of greatness, and we want to continue that greatness with this new partnership.
Coleman did mention that a return to Raines High School in the future wasn't out of the question. In fact, it's already a consideration. We are all about our locals and following them on their professional journeys long after they leave the area. Look at all these Hall of Fame busts behind me. Names like Brian Dawkins and Harold Carmichael from Raines High School. Let's head north of the border to a place that I know very well, Charlton County's own Champ Bailey. These players made a name for themselves and put on this area, and in fact, put this area on the map. Our area is rich with Hall of Fame talent. Let's bring in Stuart Weber, who has more on the next player heading into the Hall from Duval.
Over the last few years, there has been a boom of local Hall of Famers enshrined right here in Canton at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Brian Dawkins, Harold Carmichael, Champ Bailey, of course Bob Hayes has been in it forever. Well, this weekend, another joins those ranks. That would be Leroy Butler, ready to join the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
It is a touchdown for Leroy Butler. Holy cow, and the fumble recovery.
The journey has been one that's featured legendary coaches along the way to help guide him on this road.
When Coach Rogers looked me in the eye, he said, "I think you're going to like Coach Ballard." I said, "Why is that?" "Well, guess what? He only has one visit to a home. He picked yours."
The time in Jacksonville under Corky Rogers made a big impact on a young Leroy Butler, and it shows in his Hall of Fame locker display.
Some people tweet me like, "What's the blue helmet?" And when one of my fans said, "Well, that's his high school helmet," some guy goes, "Who has his high school helmet?" I do. And the reason why, because I thought it would be something that one day that I could showcase and be proud of.
From playing under Hall of Famers to now being one, the journey doesn't stop here for Butler, who continues to give back to both his community of Jacksonville, where he grew up, as well as Green Bay, where he played his NFL days. But he's not stopping yet. He wants to make an impact on that next generation of perhaps Hall of Famers. In Canton, Stuart Weber, Action Sports Jacks.
Our latest hometown Hall of Famer spent his prep football days over on McDuff Avenue as he suited up for the Generals under the direction of Corky Rogers. After attending Florida State, Butler spent 12 years as a pro with the Green Bay Packers. He won a Super Bowl up there as well. His most impressive and iconic achievement, in 1993, he capped off a scoop and score by jumping into the stands in the back of the end zone. That was the birth of the Lambeau Leap. One last break here on First and 10, from the NFL stars of today to the NFL stars of tomorrow. We'll talk a little college ball before we get out of here.